Hey everyone, so I am back today with a review on the whole Kora Organics line. Well, not everything, but to me it's almost like everything. I've used over 90% of it, and I just kind of want to show you what I like from the line, my opinion. Keep in mind that products do change. They come and go. Formulations are updated. Actually, their packaging has improved. Yeah, so when I found out about Kora Organics a few years ago, I was a big Miranda Kerr fan. I was really influenced by this wellness of health and a natural lifestyle, and I try to incorporate a little bit of that every day. So I became a real fangirl of the Kora Organics line. I might put the body care in a different video, I'm not sure. It might be a little bit talkative, but I just want to get as much information as I can. I want you guys to get that virtual visual experience. Not to mention it's summer and it's really hot, and I got wicks like lit, and it is hot out here, so if you see a drip, you know why. I have lights, and so I'm gonna share like all this. My skin is combination oily, but it has changed throughout the usage of this line. I went through a normal skin period where I didn't have acne at all, and now as I transitioned into like other brands and stuff like that after using Kora for a while, I had a bad allergy, but I will get to that in a further video. So my skin is acne prone, sensitive, but I am doing this as combination. Now, the Kora line used to come out with a 3-step system: a cleanser, a toner, and a moisturizer, so it was pretty basic. I remember them being actually more expensive than they are now. They're currently not in boxes. Sometimes during holiday seasons or special events they'll come out with sets, and that's when you get really good deals. Everything is pretty individual. That's a good thing though, because your skin does change along with more of an intuitive way of just knowing and listening and paying attention. I think it'd be helpful for all skin types. This is the foaming cleanser from Kora. This is actually one of my favorite products in the line. I feel like it helps balance out the skin. It says here, refines, clarifies for normal to oily skin. So it has ingredients like green tea. It has like a lactic acid, so that gently like exfoliates on the outer surface of the skin. Sometimes you want to leave it on maybe for a minute just so it kind of kicks in like a gel, and then you apply a little bit of water. It starts foaming up, but it leaves the skin really balanced at the same time. My cheeks are a little bit sensitive, so then I rely on the other products to just kind of help balance everything out. This is one of the best smelling products. It just brings me to a very cleansing mood, and it makes me think of like that patchouli essential oil. This is like a product that I've repurchased probably 4 or 5 times. It's one of the all-stars 3 toners that they currently carry. So this is I have the balancing rose mist, the calming lavender mist, and the energizing citrus mist. So I have 3 of them. They have updated the bottles to 3.38 floor ounces. I realize as you go through the 3-step system, like maybe you'd probably go through 2, maybe 3 of these if you spritz more than twice a day. Spritz like in the middle of the day, because I feel like it just helps keep my oil under control. It gives me a refresher. As far as the scents go, let's start with the citrus. It's very citrusy. It smells citrusy, but it also smells like it's like a mix of like something in there. A lot of the products in the Kora line, the main huge super ingredient is noni, which is a superfruit that has a ton of vitamins. I think that might be it. Like there's a dominant smell with all of the toners. So the citrus is the one that's recommended for combination skin. So yeah, this is the citrus one. Is the one that actually never worked for my skin when I would apply it. I feel like it's a kind of stripping to my skin. I think even when I wasn't sensitive, I felt like it just gave me like those little bumps. Like it just didn't work out for me. So I was never fond of the citrus. I was always fond of the rose and the lavender. The only thing I can tolerate now is actually the lavender. It's calming. My skin seems to act okay because it's more on the sensitive side, and the lavender is recommended for the sensitive if you have more sensitive skin, but you can use, you know, whatever you want. And then the rose was actually my first one. I was obsessed with rose toners for a while, but now I can't even tolerate this one either. I get like the little bumps and my skin's just not liking the citrus or the rose. But at a point it did like, you know, the lavender and the rose, but they're alright toners. The only thing I will say is I wish they were more like hydrating to the skin. Like there's these toners coming out now that are that feel almost like a lotion. I feel like it would give better support and balance, especially to my cheeks with all of them. So I would like to see that in the line, at least in the future. I actually have the hydrating mask and the purifying mask. Let's start with the hydrating mask. This is actually an older bottle, but the hydrating mask is not something that's really for my skin type, but like I said, with sensitivity, I do like applying it on the cheeks. It just feels like a nice cream on the skin. It leaves you hydrated, kind of takes away that dryness that you felt. But also this is the purifying clay mask, and it's more of a like a pink looking clay. It's like pinkish to me. Actually, before when I used it, I don't recall it being pink, so I don't know if that's something new. It is purifying. It leaves your skin moisturized after you rinse it off. I mean, both of these do. They give great hydration to the skin. I find them as really basic masks, but not bad if you're just, you know, getting started. They're also kind of non-setting to the skin, so they don't like fully tug or pull anything. It's kind of like just a cream, and the purifying mask lightly dries, but it doesn't dry like cracky. And you notice that inflammation, stuff like that, especially with acne, kind of goes down the next day. There's two current facial exfoliators. The first is the age-defying AHA facial exfoliator. This is the exfoliating cream that has bamboo in it, so it has little particles that help kind of scrub off the dead skin. And then this one also has like these grainy, gentle particles, the AHA facial exfoliator that has lactic acid. This one I feel like it's more potent than a lot of the products in the line. I would say this one's more of my favorite. I do realize that I do get like that glowing aspect of it, but then this one, the exfoliating cream, it's not one I tend to reach for a lot. But then I remember like when those times where you want to be balanced with your skin. This one's a little bit more hydrating because it has more of that creamy consistency, but it also has like these little, because of the bamboo, it has like these little polishing particles that are finer, and I feel like it gets more into the pores as you're cleaning. So there's like two different reasons why you would like this one, but I tend to reach for this one. This is another all-star product, definitely would recommend. It's one of their newer products in the line, which I actually like, and this is actually my second repurchase. Okay, and then this is the Recovery Eye Gel Cream, which to me is not really like a gel. It's more of a cream, but I guess it kind of looks thin. I guess the texture would probably be kind of like a gel, but it's a cream, but it looks like a cream. Okay, I'm doing too much. I don't know, my moisturizer, I just tend to put that underneath my eyes. An eye cream, it's nice to have, but I feel like if I do too much moisture underneath my eyes, I get like those little, what do you call it, Mila? Like those little bumps underneath your eyes if I do too much moisture. And I always realize that when I go heavy on a cream. To me, it seems kind of heavy for daytime, but not for everyone. If you have dry skin, this is fine. It just seems heavy for me personally in the daytime. At nighttime, you know, depends too, but I'd rather use it at night, but I don't tend to reach for it. I would like something a little bit lighter, at least. Okay, and next, as a little treatment, you know, for acne, this is the blemish gel that they have. I've been through 2 bottles of this. The first time I used it, I liked it, and then the second time, towards half the bottle, I started becoming a little too sensitive to it, especially on my cheek area. When I would apply it in the middle of the night, I would wake up and it would kind of burn a little, but because I'm very sensitive in that region. It has what, lemon myrtle, which is good for brightening, for taming, you know, the bacteria from the acne. It has lactic acid in it too, but it is only 0.34 ounces, and I feel for people who have constant acne like me, like I would get acne one day, 2 days later it's recovering, but then I have a new spot here and then a new spot there. I went through this so quickly. I think it was like the 2 weeks. It's recommended that you use it 2 to even 3 times a day for it to be very effective, and I noticed that, and inflammation did go down. It was kind of strong, very gentle, didn't really dry out my pimples. I guess I keep remembering that it was just a little irritating for me, but in the beginning I'm trying to recall that inflammation, the pimple did go down slightly, but never fully went away. It takes a long time for, I guess, for my pimples to go away, but it didn't go away overnight or anything, but I think it did help with like the blemish. Okay, now moving on to the moisturizer. So this is the Purifying Day and Night Cream. It's more of a cream, but it is kind of light, good for day. I was pretty set on like my moisturizer, my toner. That's when I first started out with more of like eco-friendly skincare, more natural. This is like what I started out with. I was pretty dedicated to this skincare, I would say, for like almost a year, and then I started incorporating other brands. But then within that year, I would buy like other stuff within the brand to try out. When you're first done with that first moisturizer and cleanser, I feel like my skin kind of changed. My skin kind of got immune to it by the second time I had repurchased it. Things just weren't working the same, so I had to incorporate like other products within the line. Same thing happens, you know, with shampoo. Hair just gets used to Day and Night Cream. I feel like this one has a citrusy, very strong citrusy scent to it. I don't like the scent as much. I kind of got sick over it, like of smelling it. It's pretty dominant. It reminds me of the citrus mist. Body lotions also smell just like this. I think they recently reformulated it because I checked the ingredients, oil or something. Hopefully the reformulated works a little bit different than this one, because it has like this kind of sticky feeling on the skin. Like I feel like it doesn't fully absorb properly, but I feel like when I mix it with either of these oils, it feels a little better, more decent on the skin. But I would like to try their sensitive skin moisturizer. I'm at a point where my skin's changed. I think that they reformulated this one, so that'd be interesting to see how it feels. But I don't know, I can just go off of what I have, and yeah, I'm not fond of the feeling on the skin, but like I said, if you mix it with the oils, it's fine, and it's not like greasy or anything. As you can see, my skin's not really greasy, it's just glowing. It literally got so hot in here that I had to turn on the fan and my camera overheated. I dried off my sweat with the fan. Anyways, back to the oil. So look, the luxurious rosehip oil. I had mentioned this in my other review with the Noni Glow Face oil, and I think I said it was discontinued, but I think this website just didn't have it. It's coming back on, it's coming soon, but I think I mentioned that it's only rosehip oil. It's a few other oils too, but I think this was more dominant in oils, I believe. I'll say that this one had a more luxurious, light feeling than this one, but they're both good oils, but I do prefer this one a little bit more. I went through this oil maybe 2-3 times. Thought it was really helpful in balancing out my skin when I had dry areas, so I just used it depending on how my skin felt that day, and I would mix it along with the Purifying Day and Night Cream. So this is the lip balm from the line. They have two. One is in one of those squishy tubes, but I have this one. And it kind of just reminds me of like Vaseline or ointment, which is not bad on the lips. I apply it at night, and you have to get a good generous amount and just cream up your lips, you know, but it leaves you in the morning when you wake up, it's pretty plump. Though I think for people who have acid reflux, I don't know, an ingredient in this might just kind of make you a little bit burpy. I mean, it does for me, it makes me a little bit burpy, but I do have like a little bit of acid reflux. But other than that, you know, I do like it. There's a scent to it, but like a scent of like the ointment. That was the skincare review of the Kora Organics line. You know, if you guys enjoyed it, if you have any questions, what products you like from the line, if you've tried it, and I'll catch you next time. You know what? I'm just gonna throw in this bonus of, I'm gonna include the body care. I'm just gonna go ahead and do it because it is too hot. I might split this video up.